Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. We're at part 19 of the Pokemon Generation 1 playthrough. Now we're finally in the Seafoam Islands cave.
Again?
Yeah.
So, first thing we hit is a seal.
Yeah, this is one of the new encounters you can run into in this place. Seal.
Seals just don't there.
Why is
The horn is a lot smaller in the later games, though.
Why does its tongue look like a Deku Nut?
It just looks like a. It looks like an acorn to me more so than a Deku Nut.
I see more of a Deku Nut than an acorn.
It's like an odd combination of your standard seal and a dog. Really.
Seal's as stupid and as loyal as a dog.
Oh, what were you saying, Matt, in terms of stat-wise?
It's just there. It's a little bulky, but nothing really exceptional. And then becomes water. It starts off as pure water seal, then becomes water ice Dugong, and bringing all the ice type defenses that comes with it. It doesn't stay long in battle.
Ah!
Huh?
No, that's the sound of Dugong made in the first movie when they were crying.
Oh, that was another Cthulhu call.
And Slowpoke.
Yeah, that's where you can catch. Well, no, wait. You can actually catch Slowpoke's fishing phone, can you?
So what?
You can fish for Slowpoke somewhere.
Yeah, I believe you.
Why would you fish for a Slowpoke?
Because you know when you're like looking for that really awesome water Pokemon like Gyarados or Gyarados, you end up getting a few duds here or there.
So Slowpoke's a dud.
Absolutely.
Why would anyone want a Slowpoke?
Well, Slowpoke evolved into Slowbro, and they're pretty good for bulky water move Pokemon.
Yeah, Slowbro's pretty bulky, yeah.
He's tanky. Yeah, he ain't gonna win a foot race anytime soon, but that's not his lot in life.
When does Snubble come in, actually?
Gen 2.
Okay. Making sure.
And it sucks.
Snubble?
Yeah, it's just got attack power, that's it. No, that's it. Like, it ain't gonna do much of anything, really.
Yeah.
Because it's
And the
Snubble?
only thing you do when you evolve is to get more attack.
Snubble.
Stop-a-da-bobble.
Snubble. Snubble, say Snubble.
I liked how Gen 6 retconned them into being... I liked how Gen 6 retconned all the normal Pokemon into fighting type... Or most of the normal type Pokemon into fairy type Pokemon. And then all of a sudden we got like a lot of... We got 5 previous generations and a ton of games, all of them getting beaten to shit out of them by fighting attacks. Now Gen 6 is looking at us going, nope, never happened.
Like Nintendo's giving us some hidden subliminal messages that it's not okay to be normal.
Yeah, no shit. Wow, that made me sad.
That was kind of pointless, John, what you just did. You went down one flight of stairs to just go up the next flight.
Because I realized I went the wrong way.
And those aren't stairs, that's a ladder.
It's actually one of the things that beneficial about cutting away from random battles that we've already experienced is that I can actually use that time to look at the strategy wiki that I have on my laptop next to me to look at the map. So I don't have to pause in the middle of what I'm like walking, which just looks awkward and you wonder if the video is frozen.
It made me think a few times it was frozen.
Yeah. Well, because sometimes I end up finding myself doing that anyway. Check that rock right there for easy max elixir.
So when you check the turtle shell.
That was a... juicy turtle shell.
I could see it. So yeah, you need to push the rocks into the hole to stop the current. If you attempt to go here prematurely, the water current will drag you back to the entrance, and you won't be able to get to Articuno. Spoiler alert, the bird we're about to fight is Articuno.
Whatchamacallit? You know, with Mortal Kombat 9, you can easily assign each bird to like one of the 3 robots.
Well, Zapdos is Cyrax,
Moltres is Sector, and Articuno is Cyber Sub-Zero.
yeah, you could definitely see
That's
that.
cool. That's awesome. I never thought that.
It's like most people go for the Spanish number parallels, but you went for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I can
Spanish
see
number?
that. I can reach 2.
I
Take the last syllable of every bird.
Yeah, okay, so Articuno is... Okay, yeah.
One
Uno, dos, tres.
Which does a lot of fan theories about what's Quattro.
Yeah, we did the 4th bird. No, we don't.
Dark Quattro. Nah.
Dare Quattro.
Yeah. Ground flyer.
Yeah, cause Articuno isn't subtle enough.
Well, I think it's a hell of a lot more subtle than Zapdos.
Or Moltres.
I hate a Moltres sprite in Gen 2.
Why?
It just looked like a giant Purdue chicken on fire.
Yeah, because the fire wings are supposed to be transparent, because they're made of fire and shit like that. But they looked more solid in Gen 1.
Yeah, so in Gen 2, it just looks like little drawn-on flyers.
Like a rubber chicken coated orange.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but Articuno is actually
Quite frail.
Yeah, it's quite frail, but
Because it
for a
was
while
flying
it was my favorite of the 3 legendary birds.
It was mine too, only because I wanted a nice type Ward the Dam. Because let's face it, I mean, what Ice sucks at doing in defense, it's really good on the offense, like grass and dragon and flying and dragon and ground and dragon. There's also those pesky dragons.
You think if you take it to a Pokemon Center to heal it, do you think the nurse would just try and steal it from you?
Now the nurse should really want to do that, but that does bring up some interesting ethical problems when you try to bring out a legendary Pokemon around the world.
Hey! I got an Articuno!
Which makes me think the birds are not one of a kind.
They're not, but you're not exactly gonna stumble across them just willy nilly.
Yeah, they're most definitely extremely rare, but they're not one of a kind. How else the hell will you find? It was like, 'cause you can find the legendary birds here. You can find them in Sinnoh under certain situations. I don't remember what the situation was though.
The Sinnoh birds?
Sinnoh birds, yeah.
You had to beat the game, and then you talk to Professor Oak, who somehow releases the 3 birds for you to find.
And if I recall, they're in Gen 6 now too, right?
Well, one apiece. It depends on what starter you get.
I see. It's one of those stipulations.
Yeah, Gen 3 did that too with the dogs.
Yeah, Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Right,
I ran into Suicune with the file I did. So
who was your starter on that one?
Bluish Charmander, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the one they beat. So Entei's for Venusaur, and Charizard is Charizard meets Suicune, Venusaur meets Entei, and Blastoise meets Raikou.
Alright, so we caught Articuno. We were using escape road to escape the Seafoam Islands, but now let's go after the trainers that are to the left of the Seafoam Islands entrance.
Now, how do you think an escape rope works in a closed dungeon? Like, I can easily see it being like a rope with a hook sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I can't see that happening in like a closed dungeon or something
Well,
like that.
remember, we have to go by what we see, and according to Gen 1, we just spin in place and jump really high.
The Moonwalker magic.
More $6 million man.
Nah, I got Moonwalker out of that.
I kind of wish we went down, though, to be honest. The human drill.
Drill! Shit! So that was another Goldeen and another Seaking. And another Beauty.
The trainers to the left of the Seafoam Islands is pretty much the exact same as the trainers to the right of Seafoam Islands. Not as many, though. I think we have like 3 left.
But just as tedious?
No, actually, we have like 4 left, because there's the trainer that I ignored at the beginning, at the entrance to Seafoam Islands, and then
Okay, there was a junior trainer in the water here.
Yeah. But she has a Goldeen, so all's forgiven.
I guess.
Sure.
Well, actually, maybe they're just riding Pokemon like we are. Because technically, you can teach Goldeen Surf and you can ride it.
Yeah, which brings up the question, why do we get the special whale?
Oh, because we're special. We're the main character.
Fuck yeah! Answer my fucking question right there. It looks like it has lips.
It does.
No, it looks like it has lips to its side of the head.
Oh, no,
Kind of macabre
this
almost.
It's a profile view.
I'm ready for my close-up.
I got headshots.
I beat 6 trainers today. Hashtag fuck yeah.
Now, actually, if there's one thing I really did want to try and show off, but unfortunately, at the time we were recording this, ladies and gentlemen, the game is completed. I've recorded all the footage we needed. I actually did want to show off the Professor Oak battle that was planned for the game, but ultimately scrapped at the last second. There's like 2 ways you can do it. One that involves the Mew glitch, but I want to use the Mew glitch for Mew and not Professor Oak. And there's a Game Shark code, but I couldn't get the Game Shark code to work because I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. And unfortunately, it's more stress than it's worth. So I figured I'm not going to show it off. But just for the curious, Professor Oak is pretty much like Gary, only a little stronger. He uses the starter that both
Uses a starter intake.
Yeah. So in this case, it would be
No.
Was it? No, not Blastoise.
Blastoise.
Yeah, it would be Blastoise. He has a Tauros. He has an Executor. He has a. I believe he also has an Arcanine, and I think he has a Gyarados too.
See, Oak's a good man.
Yeah. The Gyarados is the strongest Pokemon. It's a level 70.
Of course it is.
Yeah, say it again. I don't know exactly why the battle was scrapped. I don't even know where would you fight Professor Oak? Like,
In his lab.
In the lab?
Well, yeah, no. I mean,
No, I think we would fight him in his study. He's over there on like an easy rester when his loafer's going. You made it.
I mean, you battle Giovanni in an office.
does he have his like dramatic entrance where he's looking up from behind the chair and he spins?
No, I just imagine him as in his study in a smoking jacket.
He's like,
Oh, you want to be the very best, huh? Study closely, bitch.
I don't always catch 151 Pokemon, but when I do, enough said.
Huh? Enough said. What was said?
Exactly.
Okay, Pidgeotto.
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 I like Pidgeotto though too.
Pidgeotto.
It's like, hey man.
Nah, it's more like the Simpsons bus driver.
Oh yeah.
What, does Otto become synonymous with pothead to you?
Auto spelled backwards is auto.
Oh fuck, I've been lied to.
And there's my 2 cents.
Another swimmer.
Oh, thank God, he only has one Pokemon.
Oh, it's only Staryu.
At 35 though.
It's only Staryu.
What's wrong with Staryu?
I'm just saying, it's only Staryu.
It's always Staryu?
It's only.
You know, if you turn Staryu around, it looks exactly the same.
Yeah, you can spin it around.
If you rotate it, it looks the same.
Do you ever see the episode where Ash had to balance like a couple of Staryu on some plates? Like spinning plates, except they had to do it with Staryu. You ever see that episode?
No, I don't think I have.
Good, because it doesn't exist.
You fucker.
Way to be a dick.
Not to be a dick. Sorry, that's a coworker bad habit there. So this little lady here comes out with a fucking tentacle. That's a gross looking Pokemon.
Oh, damn it, what was I thinking? I thought it was good against water.
You thought it would fare against water.
Yeah, or
but
at least
alas,
be neutral damage, but alas, Gen 1.
yeah. Gotta love every generation that improved upon it.
Do you have that list on standby? Because I know we've gotten into most of the problems that thing lists, but like, is there any we missed?
I'm sure we'll find out something
Like
else. I can easily get. Okay, let me try it. I don't have a better wordplay other than I can get it up, but
Do it slowly, man. You know, and take your time.
all right. Oh, child abuse. No.
Oh.
Another seal. You've seen these before.
Yep. You think if you were to hit the horn, they would just yell, "Ah, fuck! My fucking horn!"
Depends. What horn do you hit?
Oh, seal only has one horn.
No, don't.
Yeah, it does.
The males don't.
Seals?
Yeah.
Pokemon seal.
Yeah, it has 2 horns. All males have 2 horns.
Where's the second
I
horn?
don't see the second horn. Wait, there's a picture right there.
I see one horn
Okay.
on its head. Are you thinking of its tusks?
I was thinking of its tests.
Tusks.
No, not tusks. Tests.
Tests?
T-E-S-T-E-S. Testes.
Testes?
Yeah, the second horn.
It was a dick joke?
Yes!
No, I don't want to hear that shit. You were proven
It
wrong.
was
You
a dick joke,
You don't want to
idiot.
Really? Because it took a while to confirm that it was a dick joke.
Didn't even get
I was
it.
just sitting here going, oh, Christ.
Oh, maybe it wasn't that funny. Oh, fuck you.
There was no way we were to tell that it was a quote-unquote dick joke.
It was a dick joke. I can't zoom in on this one. Hold on. I can rotate it right to the left, yeah, because that's what I wanted to do when I read a list.
So where are we going now?
We're
going
heading
to
back to
Viridian City.
Viridian City.
Sonny!
We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll.
Okay, now it's time to exploit some glitches, ladies and gentlemen. So,
Yay!
Matt, hold off on the Gen 1 list for a second.
Too bad I just got it up.
Damn.
Alright, so we are doing what is probably the most famous glitch of all of Pokemon in general, actually.
The missing no glitch.
We're gonna do the missing no glitch. So how do you start it off first? You gotta talk to the old man in Viridian City. He'll show you how to catch a Pokemon. This is key to the glitch activating.
Well, I liked how they tried to verify the glitch not working in Pokemon Yellow by him fucking up with the capture.
Yeah.
That was actually way.
Well, and I believe in Pokemon Yellow, he only teaches you once. You can never talk to you again.
No, I think it was just in Yellow. The ball capture fucked up, and that's it. He just went away.
No, because it's the process of the old man taking over the player one sprite that activates the glitch. So I think he can only teach you it once, and then he disappears. Yeah, but you talk to the old man, you let him teach you how to catch a Pokemon. Then after that, you immediately fly to Cinnabar Island and surf here on the coast, here on the right side of the coast of the island.
So what exactly are we getting at?
Well, because of how the data loads the player character, because the old man temporarily replaces the player character in terms of data, something doesn't correctly reset as a result of that. And when you fly to Cinnabar Island, it causes this thing to appear.
Throw a Master Ball at it.
No,
Glitches love Master
Balls.
Balls.
Severe waste of Master Ball.
It is.
Glitches love Master Balls.
This iteration of Missing No is M because of my character name.
Right.
What was his name again?
Missing No, as in Missing No.
No, your character's name.
John.
Oh, okay then.
Depending on what letter you have on, I think on the 2nd, 4th, and 6th character slots will change Missing No's appearance. It could be the glitched up L, which is the most common thing that we just saw, or it could be, in Matt's case, a Kabutops fossil.
That's fair enough. Fuck out of me.
I'd imagine it would. I'd probably be terrified.
There's also some oddities such as Kangaskhan, a high-powered Charizard.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But here's the thing, though. When you encounter Missing No, no matter what shape it takes, the item in your 6th slot in your inventory gets duplicated.
Multiplied.
It gets multiplied by, I think, like 128.
Yeah.
So I had Ultra Balls in the 6 slots, and now I have like 128 Ultra Balls.
Wow.
Saves money.
That does. I use that for TMs.
And that's also what you use for to duplicate TMs, as Matt was talking about in earlier parts.
So what did you just do here?
Alright, so if you recall, I ignored 2 specific trainers in earlier parts. One was that gambler right there that's right next to Saffron.
And I think M is going to corrupt your fucking screen here.
And the other was a youngster that was near the Nugget Bridge. What I just did right there was that I approached that trainer from off screen. So at the moment the trainer appeared on screen, I'm mashing the start button. If you're able to get the menu to appear before the trainer catches a glimpse of you, you can use fly and fly out of the city. The trainer exclamation point will appear, but you'll fly out before he has a chance to walk up to you. That causes the game to fuck up in a sense that you can't access your menu. So what you do is that you fly to Cerulean City while you're like that, and go to that youngster that you ignored when we were here the first time. His Slowpoke, more accurately the special value of that Slowpoke, will instigate the Mew glitch.
Right.
So what's going to happen is that until you fight the youngster here, you can't access your menu.
Right.
You can't do anything, actually. But once you clear this battle, everything will go back to normal. You can access your menu normally again. So what you do is after you fight that youngster, you fly to wherever that gambler was located. In this case, it's Route 8. So we're going to Lavender Town. So all we gotta do is go slightly to the left and we're in Route 8. The moment you go to Route 8, the menu will automatically pop up. So what you do is you cancel out the menu, and it automatically starts the battle. And since the youngster was the one that we fought,
wow,
it causes Mew to appear.
Right.
Level 7.
The Pokemon you fight using this method will always be level 7. But with that said, Mew.
Yeah.
Wow.
The rarest Pokemon in Gen 1.
Do you knock it out?
No, I actually attempt to catch this thing.
Attempt?
Nice.
Well, I mean, my Pokemon...
You're way too high level at the moment?
Yeah, Pokemon's way too high of a level. The only thing I could safely bring it down a notch is Ducks. Because it's still at level 10. But even though it's at level 7, the catch rate still applies. Mewtwo is... Mew, sorry, is quite the bitch to catch.
Good thing you have a lot. Good thing you have 128 Ultra Balls.
Well, see, right now I'm just trying to wing it because I don't want to risk hitting it. Because even though Ducks is only like 3 levels above it, a critical hit can still mean the end of it.
Yeah.
So I figured, okay, I'm gonna try it anyway. But Mew in itself, there's only 2 ways you can get this thing without using a Game Shark, obviously. One is if you were really lucky to go to those Toys R Us events, so they.
That I never fucking heard about.
I've never able to go to any of those. And they took your Game Boy cart and they like plugged it into a machine and they uploaded Mew into their game cart.
Right.
Second way was the Mew glitch, which was not discovered until years after Gen 1 came out.
Oh yeah.
Everyone thought there was.
I remember the hype it generated on that one board where they learned about that. Like it was this one guy, Jolteon something. I forget the guy's username, but he was like the go-to guy for anything Pokemon related. So one guy posted up the theory and it sounded like another fake code until the Jolteon guy himself actually confirmed that it worked. And then everybody was like, "Wait, what? Shit, what?"
It was such a phenomenon because it wasn't revealed until like the mid 2000s, where we live in a day and age where there's like 3,000 different like Mew codes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I found this way to catch Mew, and by the way, I found a way to unlock Luigi in Super Mario 64.
I hate those. One thing that always irritated me, though, despite knowing the Mew thing, though, is the event Pokemon. You know, like you got a time frame to get him. If you don't get him, fuck you, you're out.
Yeah, I'm glad
I'm glad technology has advanced.
Yeah, I'm glad we're past those days.
Yeah, I know. I just gotta get lucky and make sure you don't miss out on anything on Cerebi.
Yeah.
Because I missed out on a lot in Gen 4.
Fire Red and Leaf Green in particular is like, oh, you want this old C map, do you? Not too bad. But event Pokemon are the only exception to the rule I have with Game Shark. Like, if I have no other means of getting it, I have no problem using Game Shark. It might be illegitimate to some, but I don't know, fuck you.
That's Johnny's ethics, ladies and gentlemen.
But in terms of like Mew itself, because it's like probably the only time we're actually going to get to talk about Mew. Mew can learn everything.
Yeah.
Via TMs.
Absolutely. And not to mention that with the TM selection getting much better as games went on, the moveset's got a lot better.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, though, its base stat total is only 600, which is right up there with Dragonite, Tyranitar, and stuff like that, so it's pretty balanced out, actually.
Yeah.
You know,
it's actually still... I'm sorry, what were you saying?
You know when you use fly, it looks like you just turn into a bird.
We are a bird.
It's like you say you're using ducks to use it, but it says you turn into ducks.
We become one.
Yep.
Maybe Bill
was... You're Ermac.
Maybe Bill was onto something with the Pokemon fusion.
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit, though, about Mew. Oh, wait, something funny here. He'll tell you he has no idea who the gym leader is. You can expect a statue.
Hey, you can't read. Oh, you were saying something about Mew, Matt?
Mew's the only other Pokemon in the game that can ever learn Transform.
Yeah.
For what that's worth.
Yeah, well, if we want to do that for some reason.
Tamers. I don't think we've met these guys yet, have we?
Yeah, we have.
Oh.
Remember, we questioned the lollipop they were holding?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. What was up with the lollipop?
I don't know.
Bribery?
Alright, so this is our last gym?
Yep.
Yeah, this is our final gym.
It's the ground type gym, but since there's so few pure ground types here and nobody wants to use the fucking Geodudes, you're gonna get hit with a nice little hodgepodge of types. Basically kind of like beefy kind of Pokemon. Yeah, you'll fight ground ones, but you also fight stuff like Arbok, Tauros, Machoke.
Yeah, fighting types too.
Right.
So if you have Water or Psychic for this gym, you're gonna be just
Water,
fine.
Psychic, to an extent, Grass.
Well, yeah, obviously for Grass, especially for Giovanni.
Well, not especially for Giovanni, because Giovanni's packing two Pokemon, Nidoqueen and Nidoking. That's gonna use that's part poison, so that's right out.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Machoke here just looks absolutely derpy. Got Vacan's a lazy eye too. Yo, I did so much steroids I can't fucking see straight.
I can't leave
stroke?
this pose.
Yeah.
He had a stroke. He can't feel the left side of his body.
That made me feel
Well, that
sad.
explains the pose.
I've had better days.
I wonder how many of these trainers in this gym are that fucking daft that Giovanni was the leader of fucking Team Rocket.
Cool trainers are new.
Are they just ignorant or dumb?
Dumb. I think ignorant. Can it be both?
I
know it's not necessarily...
Well, that's not
I know
really the
ignorance
right term.
and stupidity aren't supposed to be completely correlatable, but I think we can apply here. They're both dumb and ignorant in this situation.
Yeah, neither is ignorant or annoying.
No,
Which is the reason why a lot of people use the word ignorant. They use it as they're saying they're being very annoying.
Or just plain old ignorant.
Well, that's just plain wrong.
Yeah.
Did you hear that was just plain ignorant?
Yeah.
I see
beat
what you did there. But cool trainers are new.
Cool trainers will hit you with whatever the hell they can feel like. Any Pokemon in the Pokedex, barring legendaries, are up for fair game for them to use.
They have the most variation when it comes to Pokemon.
Yeah, plus their AI is a little better. Well,
Yeah.
that becomes more true in like Gen 3 and so forth.
Well, this gen 2 is, but this gen also, they use super potions if the Pokemon are weak. They actually withdraw Pokemon.
Yeah. And now you're fighting a black belt with Machops again. Lovely.
The trainers in this gym are nothing to they're nothing to worry about.
They aren't. Just like I said, in Gen 1, the big threat was usually high levels. But a lot of their movesets, frankly, sucked. Articuno, use Focus Energy, Foresight, Leer, and Seismic Toss.
Oh yeah, you have the list out, Matt.
It's kept in hindsight.
Okay,
So
Captain Hindsight away.
in case you're not aware, there's actually an image floating on the internet that pretty much lists all the technical problems with Generation 1, in terms of how things work or how certain glitches occur or how it's right up there with Final Fantasy 1 on the NES.
Oh yeah.
Why is a cool trainer holding a whip?
It's a cool trainer.
Cruel Trainer, but not Cool
yeah,
Trainer. Let's see, for example, there's something I can talk about regarding Sand Slash. You could use counter on one-hit knockout moves to insta-kill your enemies. That was fucking hilarious. You could also use counter on a move that hit your substitute.
Wait, so you can counter like something like Fissure or Guillotine even if it missed?
Yeah.
Wow, that's disgusting.
Look at Duck Trio.
Yeah, little shit.
It looks like a little shit now, but when we were having one, it just looked to be dapper. Like, hey, look what we're gonna do.
I'm gonna steal all your stuff.
What else do you have to have for us, Matt?
Toxic turned into normal poison if you switched out while under the effects of it.
Yeah.
Due to a glitch, Focus Energy cuts your critical hit rate by 75%.
It's supposed to do the opposite.
Absolutely. This is an important one. The moves Whirlwind and Roar were useless for trainer battles. So if the enemy ever boosted their stats, you were fucked outside of Haze. Which I think only Golbat learned.
No, I think Vaporeon learned Haze too.
Beforehand had it too?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Vaporeon had Haze, yeah.
Or is that missed?
Both, actually.
Okay.
Let me check
Gen 1
just
list.
for clarification. Yeah. I know for a fact Vaporeon has Haze in later generations, but I'm pretty sure she has it for it has it for Gen 1 too. Are we fighting another trainer?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. I'm not looking at the screen.
How many trainers are here?
Vaporeon learns Haze at level 44.
Okay.
And it learns Mist at 48.
Mimic randomly mimics an enemy move, which you can use to have duplicate moves on your move list. Substitutes do not protect you from status, which is what substitutes are well known for doing. So basically, if somebody killed a sub with a Hyper Beam, they don't have to recharge. If somebody kills a sub with Explosion or Self-Destruct, they don't die from using it.
Huh.
So, say an Electrode uses Substitute, just theoretically speaking. An Electrode uses Substitute, and the Substitute uses Explosion.
No, if somebody kills a substitute with Explosion or Self-Destruct, they won't die from using it. So if I had my Electrode and you had a substitute out in this game, I blew it up with the Explosion, your substitute went to hell, and I still have my Electrode, apparently.
How?
I don't know.
With 0 HP?
I don't fucking know.
I think you brought mention to the Rage glitch.
Yeah, that's where basically, if Rage ever misses, its accuracy goes down to 1.
Yeah, 1 out of 256, which means it's gonna miss. Just for clarification, Rage is one of those attacks that just keeps going and going, and every time you hit the Pokemon using Rage, the attack power goes up.
That's fixed in Gen 2, where it no longer does that, but it's not even worth fucking using.
Yeah.
It's never worth using. Rage sucks. The special stat was an absolute joke. You had to save every time you wanted to switch boxes.
I hate that.
You can only use counter on normal and fighting attacks. So basically, Fissure got by it, but Horn Drill and what was the other one? Guillotine got hit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's only like 3 instant kill in Gen 1 anyway.
Yeah. He gives you Fissure, by the way.
Yeah. By the way, Giovanni.
Oh, check it out. Haze would also thaw out the enemy in addition to its intended effect.
Oh, and there's actually we were talking about it last night while you were watching me record footage. agility cancels out the paralysis slowdown,
Yeah.
and then doubles the speed.
Yeah.
So it resets, and then agility kicks in.
Right.
Fuck that.
That's why Lance Battle goes way downhill.
Alright,
Anyway, that was Rhyhorn. You've beat him before, you'll beat him again.
Yeah.
This here is Dugtrio, replaced by Persian in the yellow games.
the Giovanni 3, the Giovanniing. This is, we fought
The
Giovanni.
three tenors.
Yeah, we fought Giovanni before. We beat him easily before. We're going to beat him easily again, folks. Giovanni is nothing to worry about.
I don't know, in the yellow version you gave me shit because Nita Queen and Nita King were both having thunder.
Well, it's actually funny that you mentioned that because I think it only applies in Pokemon Yellow, or maybe it's just General in its entirety.
Because they got shitty movesets.
You can bring in a flying type, a pure flying type, and nothing in Giovanni's team can hit it. So
what?
it can theoretically be a level 5 Pidgey.
Time out. What about Nita Queen and Nita King? Don't they have Poison Sting?
Well, I'm trying to think here.
Because I'm pretty sure Nita Queen and Nita King at least had Thrash and Body Slam.
Let me check the moveset, because I'm pretty sure I've heard that
I know that's a Dugtrio. His Dugtrio can't touch you.
Okay, I might just think of the entire team. If it's just a Dugtrio, that's fine. Let me check. Just for clarification.
Look at that Rhydon, though.
Rhydon look a bulky motherfucker. Rhydon looks like mob muscle. Giovanni was a pain in the balls to fight in the Pokemon World Tournament, though.
No, it can't be against the Dugtrio because it has Slash.
That's the red blue team, right?
This is the red and blue team. Yeah, let me check the yellow team.
Nope.
Dugtrio yellow team because it only has Dig, Fissure, and Earthquake.
Right.
All ground type moves.
Oh, we got our 8th badge.
Food for thought for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we got our 8th badge.
Yeah, we got the Earth badge.
Which is a feather.
Yeah. And with it, in case you care about like the whole disobeying or disobedient thing about Pokemon, all Pokemon, even traded, will obey you no matter what level you are.
Wonderful. I guess you finally earned their respect.
Well, I like the Volcano badge. No, is it a Volcano badge or is it the Soul badge that up to level 70?
Marsh.
Was a Marsh badge? Yeah.
It's easy to confuse Soul badge for the Psychic badge and the Marsh badge for the Poison badge. I would have done that a lot too. But it's the Marsh badge that increases the loyalty to 70.
Yeah. Which I always thought that sounds like a reasonable cap, because I know if your Pokemon are at level 70, you're doing something, you're overcompensating.
No, because it's a failsafe. A lot of trainers would import some really high-powered Pokemon. My friend who tried to import my friend's level 100 Mewtwo to help him curve stomp his version of the game learned that the hard way.
Yeah.